Hello all, Seriously is here, back for some more No Man's Sky Shipyards, and as you can see we got rid of the tiny board cube. We've got a basic Corvette here that we're going to start with today. We're going to try to recreate an Oculus Freighter. Let's see what we can do. Have I put things back to free mode? Pretty sure we did, but let's check. Yep, that's good enough for me. Let's get building. Alright, let's delete it all. We don't need any. We might as well keep a landing pad. Whatever. Landing gear. What do you call these things? Launch thruster. Mag field landing thruster. Alright, whatever. Let's see. I think, proportionally, we're going to need to use HABs or the equivalent sized items that other stuff snap to for the neck of this thing, which is unfortunate. I also think we want to go up. Let's see. Let's go like this, just for giggles, and let's go to the piece we're going to be using and snap to the side like that. It does snap to the bottom too, right? Good. That was sort of important for us. Now that is that high off the ground. If we were to get under there, buddy. How come you can't get under there? There we go. Copy that and snap that on there. It's further out, but we don't need to see that. That is right touching the ground. That's too high up. So this natural level is the level we want for our front. Okay. So next question. Do we have anything else that isn't one of those? Like say this. And do these and these snap to it on the sides? Does not look like they do. Tops and bottoms, but not sides. So again, I think we have to use HABs. Let's see if we have other options though. Maybe some of these 1x1s work. Where did they go? Down here? Yeah, I feel like stuff should snap to the sides of that, for example, or let's give both of these a try and see how they look. I think these are our best options. Maybe some of these as well. And you know what? Let's do them all. Ballast tank, you know, maybe ballast tank does look pretty good. I already did that one. No, what is this? This is a ducting joint. So we didn't do a bolted joint yet at all. Okay, no, I don't want that one. Can I turn it? Can I rotate this? No, that is the side. I don't want the side to look like that. Okay, so not the bolted joint. Relay joint we haven't done yet. Let's just get rid of the bolted joint. We've ruled it out already. Industrial joint is sort of like a reinforced hull link. So I do sort of like that. Heavy linkage is the last square one. Alright, let's see what we can get these to stick to. Look, they have a snap point on the side, but it sticks up, 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 up. All of these have snap points that stick up. Therefore, all of these are garbage. Very, very disappointing, because some of them would be fun and interesting. Now, them having to be HABs, let's see, double check. Anything else it could be? Oh, what about... How do these work? Oh, I can't snap them on the opposite side. That's really weird. So we would need to do something fancy. Like, let's just put one of these here. Let's put one of these here. Yeah, there. It doesn't matter where. Either way, I'm going to have to do multiple steps for this. Okay, and we'll move you down now. How come I can't target that thing? You know what? Doesn't matter. Let's copy you. Now I can. There we go. And delete the offending pieces. Get our rock hopper wing. Get this in the position. It doesn't have to be in perfect spot, but why not? We would need one here as well. Okay. Speedbird diffuser. Not too shabby. Can I stick these? I can. There we go. But I bet I cannot stick these to the sides. Again, there's a snap point right on the side. Oh, I've got an idea. Where are the snap points for... No. I do want that one. Stay there. In fact, let's extend you. Okay, and we'll pick a room. Get rid of this one for a second, and we got to move that half a step down. Maybe forward 2 might help, so we'll leave it offset. Oh, excuse me, there we go. Underneath, please, thank you. Nope, continue editing, and we'll copy you. Sort of something like that. How do I get this back onto the landing pad? There we go. It's not as rounded as I would like, but it's a lot rounder than just the halves by themselves, and it will let us put these on the sides. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see though if I can do anything else with the tops here. What other pieces do we have, say like these, that I could do this with? E. Oh, okay, I'm snapping to the piece ahead of it. That's interesting. I could round these off a bit, like at the end, but not what I want to do. What else do we have? Engine cover. Oh. If I get these, I'm gonna have to do the same thing we've done again. I'm probably gonna have to turn these around too, though. Well, we'll see. It might look good. It might be worth it. Doesn't matter above or below. Except that I can't target this anymore. There we go. Yeah, no, I do need to move that. How come I can't target this thing? There we go. It has to be connected, I guess? That's weird. No, I gotta move these down a half step. Right? Yeah, we're too high up. And rock up. We don't need to get this centered. I'm just practicing because we're gonna have to eventually. Okay. Now let's try those things. Engine, cowl, covers. Flip that around. And these would go on the bottom as well. But if I sank them down into one of these habs, the same as we would have to put like a really, really tall, it would be ovular. It would not be round. Okay, well, what happens if I sink these in and match it up? It saves us part count, and it is a little bit smoother. Rotate. Oh, that's interesting. I do sort of like that pattern a little bit more than just a bunch of these. It's going to cost us the same number of parts because we're just glitching them into each other the same width. But we could spice things up at least. What about, whoops, get rid of those. Let's say copy that, flip it around, put it here, delete these two. Now copy that, rotate, flip it around. Yeah, you know what? If we have to have these things sticking out the side, maybe this is for the best and we could even... no, we can't. We'd have to have another hub here to do that, I think. Oh, no, we'd have to base it off of these ones. All the way back here. That's probably far enough, though. Oh, it's too far up. We'd have to go half down, too. Yeah, a lot of work, a lot of work. All right, well, we have some options. I like that. Let's spend a lot of time now going over the sphere, because we're going to need some tricks for that. Let's delete all of this. And make sure we have the correct height again. Radar dome should be off the ground by about the height of one of these. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Then I think we need to do some planning on sizes. Okay, so let's go. I don't need this to be a full length. We don't have to go crazy here. I would like... We have to go up one, right? Yeah, okay. So this level that I'm placing at right there, that's going to be where our sphere is based off of. Wow, this is going to be bigger than I wanted. We have to basically go like this for the back. That's a lot of living compartments. And I would like 1, 2, I think 3 of these. Oh yeah, we're up one. Sorry. Oops. So let's get rid of that, and that, and that, and that. We're also going to have to move that to there for now. 1, 2, 3, and then I think a 4th one. How big are these things? How exactly big are radar domes width-wise? Come on, stick to the front side here. More than, no, almost exactly 1.5. Okay. So I think what we want to do then is shift a piece a half out. Like that. Radar dome. Right, sort of like that. Okay. Now, width-wise, see if we just do this, we get a pretty good dome. What am I talking about? Dome. Sphere. Pretty good, but I think we could do better. So we're going to try to figure out the spacing today using the trick we did recently for circles. So we're going to make an 8-sided circle, I think, for these. So, that's an okay center point. Let's just connect it so we can see what's going on. And delete that and place it with something that has an easier to see center point. That's got a nice center point on it, even with a decal on it with an exact, well, a sort of exact center. Okay, so we need to add a bunch of stuff so we can finalize this design. We've got a landing gear. We don't have a cockpit. We're just going to put it right there for the moment. We need a thruster. We're just going to put it right there for the moment, and a gun, and a reactor. No access way. Okay, we'll fix that too. Complain, complain, complain. And we'll apply edits. Because this is a ship that I didn't create from new. We took one and we modified it from scratch. So yeah, this is not that kind of ship. Let's get into first person. We didn't build much scaffolding for us here. That was a mistake. Maybe we won't need it. We can line ourselves up pretty good. Diagonally, I'm a little bit off. I'm trying to line myself up with this line here at the very base of the screen. And then see if we're centered on this line here. Then I would have to back up and not move using a mouse. This would be much easier on controller. I just don't have one. Okay. Come on, stop moving. Something like that. Let's open our build menu. Let's get that on, and we've got an X, which is nice. Again, this doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but the more perfect, the better. Because since we're only doing an 8-sided circle, we only need to do this once, realistically. Free placement, place. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get out of build mode. Yeah, KJ, look at the bubbles. Bubbles. Pretty sure it's that helmet we're using. Alright, let's keep modifying. Let's pick up one of these and snap it to there. And then let's actually move that. Continue modifying. We're going to delete this room. We're going to snap that there. That's our center point. Okay, so let's work off of this and see what we get. I think I can delete that one now. I can snap one to this hub. Like that, yeah. Oh, no, I need more of those. It doesn't have to be the exact same piece, but may as well be. Okay, something like that. Let's even delete No, we didn't need to delete that. We have a snap point from that hab I have there. Nope, continue modifying. Let's pick a piece. Radar dome. Oh, it doesn't snap to the sides of these. Of course. I do need habs. Okay, fine. Of course. Now the facing of these we checked before. Otherwise it would really matter. The facing of these rooms doesn't matter. The radar domes snap to all sides, which is what we had to check. Now we got to move these all in. And delete these outer ones. This looks like pretty good spacing, but we might have to move some stuff around. Let's find out. Oh, I'm liking that. It's almost perfect spacing. Now, we're not perfect because we didn't use perfect circle glitch. We just eyeballed it. Now, we have to get the height right for this. And there might be some finaglery to do with here. Let's see about the base. Yeah, you know what? If we're going to go a sphere this big, we need to go up higher, actually, than we did. Okay, well, we're going a lot bigger than I expected. We might want to also go longer then. But let's work on this sphere. We're not going to get the ship done today. We're planning stuff out today. So, not going to be easy to use that as a scaffold piece because the snap points are weird. All right, let's just go up one and see what we get. That's a full height. That is not enough. That is a very cylindrical sphere. We need to go up higher than that, but probably, whoops, probably not 2, but let's check. Oh, I think it is 2, which is actually, that's a bit of a problem for us. A teeny tiny bit of a problem for us. We actually need to go up higher than that first of all, and that's way too big of a gap to fill. Okay, so while I am very happy with how this 8-sided circle of domes worked, I think we are going to go back to 4. It was worth checking. This is just too big to do this way. Okay. It was easy. It was easy to set up. We can put it back if we want to. Okay. In that case, we can go this height. Let's figure out how to do the 4-sided dome in a way we're happy with. There's going to be some overlap. It's not going to be perfect, but it is what it is. Okay. So let's do 2 of these. And like that, I think. Maybe we're going to have to go half steps. We'll figure that out in a sec. So middle one. What if we did a half step out of these? Top one. Oh yeah, we do have to go half step. That's way too tall. Okay. So instead of this and this, what we're going to do is put one of these on here, move that room to there, delete that rock hopper wing. Nope, continue modifying. I'm going to copy this one back here for scaffolding, but I'm also going to move this back where it's supposed to be for the moment. Okay, do we have one in the middle still? Yes, we do, because we need to put one there too. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, that one is too far down. It was on the bottom one, not the middle one. We can actually delete. Can we delete these, or are these radar domes going to go all over the place? This one down here might flip. It did. Put our scaffold back, and it'll snap right back into place. And we can delete that and that. So we're going to have to leave that bottom room in there. It doesn't stick out, that's fine. But it does create an extra snap point for us to get confused with. So let's make sure we're on. Oh, yeah, that's right. We can't have this here if we want to snap to that point. That's why it didn't snap to the right point. So what we would have to do now is offset this room here down to the right level, but a half off, so it can merge through. All right, let's see if we can find. My save uses these colors. That looks pretty good. My save uses those colors. Pretty happy with that. Sure beats the orange and silver, I think. And we could go metallic, but I do like the brightness of the blue, and if we go metallic, oh, yeah, that's much too dark. There we go. Okay, pretty happy with our sphere. Now, there are things on the sphere that I would like to add, and I think these would be perfect, but where and how can we get them to merge in? Let's try copying this room up. Ooh, that's going to move some stuff around. We can't leave it in there forever then. But what if we do something like that? Actually, up one. And then delete this room. Our roof should go back. Perfect. Now if this might actually work perfectly because these are going to snap to the sides of this room. And when I remove it, they're going to flip back forwards because that's how this works. So let's color these. Should have done that first. And let's delete that room. I would have to go down a half room for that to work. So delete, actually copy. I'm just going to put you here for the moment. Something like here. Oh, that was the exact same spot. Of course it was. And can I do these on the bottom? Again, though, doing it on the bottom means I would have to leave the room merged into the sphere, and that would stick out, so we can't do the bottom ones. What about on the sides? We have some rooms in there, but the spheres are stuck to them. Okay. Too far down? I really can't find the right height for these, can I? Okay. I think we might also want to move these a half step forward or backward. That might help. We'll see. It'll be easy enough. You know what? Let's leave this scaffolding. If we're wrong. So that's going to be right in the middle, but that's actually sort of perfect for our peak, if you know what I mean. It hides everything perfectly, like I thought, but again, I think we want to go the half step. Doesn't matter. There we go. Over here, please. There we go. Delete that. And again, they go on a 45-degree angle this way, and that would require a serious amount of glitching. We would need a settlement base with no landing pad, so you'd need a settlement that has not yet been developed on a nice paradise planet so you can see everything you're doing. Pretty good, pretty good. What other things do we have in here that might work? No, none of that stuff, and I don't think any of these wings are going to help us with what we want either, unfortunately. You know, again, no, that would take too much angling. We would need a base. We could stick some of these out from inside the sphere and have just this nub sticking out. That might be, but the angles we'd need to get it at would be impossible. Or would it if we had kept our scaffolding for our 45-degree angles? They would stick out the sides instead of the top and bottom where they're supposed to. But you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to go with it. And then let's work on the other stuff, like the nacelles. So we don't want that, that, or that. I think what we would want is to get rid of that and go with just a single hab. Again, we're not picking what kinds these are because it doesn't matter right now. We can pick the insides when we're happy with the actual freighter access. Titan class landing bay. If you're going to use a Titan, I like to keep it between two rooms because that way you don't see the sides. I also don't like seeing the sides, but we're going to because the sides on these freighters are sort of flat. We're just going to have to deal with that. I would like to get the center here, so we need to do some offsetting. Like that. Now the nacelles, I think, are actually sort of perfectly this size. And they can go a little bit back and forward from there. But you know what might work better than actual nacelles this size is just some thrusters. So let's see what we have for thrusters. There's some big ones. Can I get both of these to snap in? No, that snap point is taken up. But what if... Yeah, but I don't like that. Okay, so... What about a different thruster? We have another side-winged thruster here, the Titan Heavy Booster. Oh, that does not stick out nearly as much. We would need... It looks like a half step. Would that be an exact half step? Oh, it does go to the close one too. That's interesting to me. Let's put this here, pick up that, go a half step, pick up that, go a half step down, get rid of that. We can just snap it to this room and see. We can move it backwards and forwards after. Oh, it's a little bit higher up too. We'd have to go a half step down after all. Okay. Let's do that then. Not too shabby. Again, I don't so much like how it sticks out like that, but it's not as bad as this. And I think we could just move the whole thing one in. I mean, I'd have to redo all of that. So let's see, do we still have the snap points? Perfect. Let's move that inside there. And then copy that room, get in there. One over, get rid of that and that. Pick up this and snap it to, I think, here. And pick up this and snap it to here. Yep. It could even go back one, but I do sort of like it being, oh, that's not the middle. Yeah, it could definitely go back one. I'm going to snap you to your proper landing gear, I think is there. And we're going to move you back one as well. Nope. Yeah, we can delete that. And we're going to move you back one. And we're going to move you back one. I think we moved it back two. But you know what? That's perfect. It sticks out past the back a little bit, and it sticks out past the front a little bit. Now we got to worry about engines, and these things have 3 big boosters on the back middle. And do these fit side by each? Yeah, that's pretty good. Now the thing is, for the back, there's a giant one of these, and we can't make these giant. Do these have a snap point on the back that engines can snap to? Say like a small one? No, they don't. That sort of works though. We might have to put like a fake engine up there using building methods. Or, no, these don't snap to the middles. Is there one that does snap to the middle? No, all of these are side snaps. That does have 2 engines on it. So maybe what we could do here. Oh, no, that's not going to work, because as soon as I remove one of these, the engine is going to snap upright. Let's give it a try. If I can put this right in the middle, attached to... Do I have to flip it? Yes, I do have to flip it. Okay, attached to here. and then I delete the room it's to. Oh, it doesn't. Can I then mirror it to itself? No. Oh, that's interesting and annoying. It would completely eliminate the HAB's usability, but that's neat that we could maybe do that. Okay, well, I guess since this looks the most like what's up there, we'll go with that. Oh, you know what we could do is that. It's probably a bit better, not exactly accurate. Oh yeah. Gonna delete that. We're gonna move you. No, not there. We're gonna delete that. We're gonna put a small hab here, and we're gonna put the cockpit attached to that. And then attached to this, we're gonna try the small one. It doesn't snap to that. What we have to do is do a half offset here. Get rid of those rooms for the moment. Okay, we're going to put this back up here. Like that? Sure. We're going to copy this room here. We're going to copy this and rotate it to here. We're going to delete that room. We're going to move this room back to there. You're going to see how that looks on the engine. Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to copy this back here. We're going to copy. No. Snap. Oh, that's in the way. We have a scaffolding piece in here, but that's okay. Just want to see how this all looks. Now, normally this would be the bridge, so we're going to want these windows. It would be nice if we could get a window here. You know what? We absolutely can. Okay, we have a cockpit, we have thrusters, we have no weapons. Got to get out of here. We're just going to put it here for now. We'll have to find a good spot for that to hide later, probably in the sphere, I bet. What was the other thing we're missing? A reactor? There we go. Apply those edits. Okay, let's see. Whoops, I don't want the weapon out. I want the build mode out. I want to go to this window. See what happens when we place it. Oh, free placement is on? Snap placement, free placement. Okay. Sort of like right on the line here. It's backwards, first of all. And I don't know what happened to our colors just there. A shadow went by. But that's almost perfectly centered. Look at that. Can I snap placement a window to a window? Like facing the correct direction? No. Ooh, but I could just do this. Okay, so let's delete that and try this again from this angle so we don't have to rotate anything. Now it was right on. I can't look straight down enough. Darn. We'll have to get rid of the cockpit first, and that means moving it. All right, okay. We're going over overtime today to try this. Because if this works, it'd be pretty cool. You just go right there for the moment. Apply those edits. stand. Oh, nice light. Yeah, I forgot we could activate our light to help us here. No, it's, yeah, that line right there. Can we hop down here? Yeah. Actually, the light is not helping us. It's very bright. Window. Free placement. I can barely see my dot now. Did I say that line? I did say that line. Okay. Might move it a little bit forward. Oh my goodness. For free placement, I am very happy with that. All right, let's go see what happens when we move our cockpit back. Ah, don't go in the teleporter. All right, just a simple move of view. The window might be in the way. It is not, but we are sort of, you know, not covered up there. Can I still snap these windows in? That's better. Actually, I think I might delete, because the bridge sort of does look like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't have windows going all the way to the top, and these rounded corners here look pretty good. I don't think I even need these internal windows. I can cover up the top with something else, say a radar dome. So that one free placement window is doing a lot of lifting here. All right, I think we've made a lot of progress today in deciding how this freighter is going to go. Whoops, whoopsie. What I wanted to do was throw on a couple of these things before we go. Get a better, we have to do the engine pods that go at the front too. We haven't got to that. So this is definitely going to be a two-parter, probably 45 minutes both times. Oh, why is there a space there? Oh, we'll have to figure that out next time. But something like this is what we're going for. All right, that's it for today, everybody. Until next time, have a good time.